And that was the story of how I got this helmet. So, what do you think? Pretty good, right? I should have seen that coming. Oh, this guy is my familiar. Pretty good company, but they don't stick around too long. Wanna know how I got him? Well, I guess I have time. Hello everyone, and welcome to this video. Today, I'd like to tell a little story. And, as a good story, this one starts with me exiting a cave. Surely, that dragon won't be a problem anymore. Well, guess I was wrong.
Wait! There he goes. Looks like he's gone for good this time. No way to know if anyone else made it out alive. But this place is going to be swarming with Imperials soon enough. We better clear out of here. My sister, Gerder, runs the mill in Riverwood, just up the road. I'm sure she'd help you out. It's probably best if we split up. Good luck. I wouldn't have made it without your help today.
Despite claiming to be best to split up, Rayleigh kept waiting for me, and even invited me to his club.
You know, you should go to Windhelm and join the fight to free Skyrim. You've seen the true face of the Empire here today. If anyone will know what the coming of the dragon means, it's Ulf.
On the way to Riverwood, he showed me some of Skyrim's tourist attractions.
See that ruin up there? Bleak Falls Barrow. I never understood how my sister could stand living in the shadow of that place. I guess you get used to it. These are the Guardian Stones. 3 of the 13 ancient standing stones that dot Skyrim's landscape. Go ahead. See for yourself.
Here, we had the Thief Stone, the Maid Stone, and the Warrior Stone. Normally, I'd probably pick the Thief Stone, but
Warrior, good. Those stars will guide you to honor and glory.
I decided to pick the Warrior Stone. Damn Skola.
Remember, this isn't Stormcloak territory. If we're ahead of the news from Helgen, we should be fine. As long as we don't do anything stupid. If we run into any Imperials, just let me do the talking, alright?
Is the Empire sending wolves now?
I'm glad you decided to come with me. We're almost to Riverwood.
And after a little bit of walking, we got to Riverwood.
Looks like nobody here knows what happened here. Come on. Gerder's probably...
Rayleigh wanted to cross this bridge, but upon seeing the Wood Elf, he decided to find another path. After that little detour, we got to Rayleigh's sister.
Gerder!
Brother, Mara's mercy, it's good to see you. But is it safe for you to be here? We
Gerder.
heard that Ulfric had been captured.
Gerder, I'm fine. At least now I am.
Are you hurt? What's happened? And who's this? One of your comrades?
Not a comrade yet, but a friend. I owe him my life, in fact.
After that, Rayleigh explained the entire situation to his family.
Well, the news you heard about Ulfric was true. The Imperials ambushed us outside Darkwater Crossing. That was... 2 days ago now. We stopped in Helgen this morning, and I thought it was all over. Had us lined up to the headsman's block and ready to start chopping. But then, out of nowhere, a dragon attacked.
You don't mean a real, live...
I can hardly believe it myself. And I was there. As strange as it sounds, we'd be dead if not for that dragon. In the confusion, we managed to slip away. Are we really the first to make it to Riverwood?
Nobody else has come up the South Road today, as far as I know.
Good. Maybe we can lay up for a while. I hate to put your family in danger, Gerda, but...
Nonsense. You and your friend are welcome to stay here as long as you need to. Let me worry about the Imperials. Any friend of Raylough's is a friend of mine. Here's the key to the house. Stay as long as you like. If there is anything else you need, just let me know.
Gerdur offered me some supplies. Not wanting to be rude, I just took everything. But there's always a catch.
There is something you could do for me. For all of us here. The Jarl needs to know if there's a dragon on the loose. Riverwood is defenseless. We need to get word to Jarl Balgruuf in Whiterun to send whatever troops he can. If you'll do that for me, I'll be in your debt.
Thanks, sister. I knew we could count on you.
I ought to get back to work before I'm missed.
Said the owner of the mill.
But did anyone else escape? Did Ulfric?
Don't worry. It'll take more than a dragon to stop Ulfric Stormcloak. I'll let them into the house and, you know, show them where everything is.
Help them drink up our mead, you mean? Good luck, brother. I'll see you later.
Don't worry about me. I know how to lay low. I told you my sister would help us out.
And then, Hod led Ralof and I to their house. Inside the house, I decided to talk a bit with Ralof. Hey Ralof, why were you being executed?
Seriously? You don't know? That was Ulfric Stormcloak himself.
Oh, right. Ulfric Stormcloak.
Right. The leader of our fight against the Empire. I forget that most people don't know what he looks like.
And how did you end up as Imperial prisoners?
I was assigned to Ulfric's guard. We were on our way to Darkwater Crossing in the south of Eastmarch. The Imperials were waiting for us. As pretty an ambush as I ever saw. We were outnumbered 5 to 1 at least. Ulfric ordered us to stop fighting. Didn't want us all to die for nothing, I guess. I thought they were taking us south to Cyrodiil. Parade us in front of the Emperor. But then, we stopped in Helgen, and you know the rest.
Was that dragon on your side?
What? Oh, hardly. I don't think even Ulfric could pull a dragon out of his pocket. Lucky for us it attacked when it did, eh? I wasn't looking forward to getting a shave from the Imperial headsman.
So, you really think I should join up with Ulfric Stormcloak?
Damn right. You don't have to be a Nord to fight for Skyrim's freedom. You should come to Windhelm with me and join the fight to free Skyrim. You've seen the true face of the Empire here today. If anyone will know what the coming of the dragon means, it's Ulfric.
You think Ulfric knows where the dragon came from?
Well, maybe not. But wherever that dragon came from, and whatever it wants, Ulfric will get to the bottom of it. You can count on that. Besides, you have your own score to settle with the Empire now, and with that dragon.
You make a good case. Maybe I will go to Windhelm.
I hope so. Skyrim needs people like you to fight for her freedom. Come on, better get moving.
Then I talked a bit with Hod.
So you saw a dragon, did you? Tell me, what was it like? As big as a house?
Oh, it was much bigger than that. As big as the inn, in fact.
Well, I'll be. That'd be a sight to see. Not that I actually want to see one, understand. I hope that dragon stays far away from here.
It was getting pretty late, and I wanted to sleep. However, there were only 2 beds in the house. So I decided to leave, to sleep somewhere else. Luckily, the inn wasn't far from the house.
Out of my way, stranger.
Borgnar. Borgnar, are you listening?
Hard not to.
Gold
Come on
yet,
in.
babe.
We got warm food, warm drinks, and warm
But
beds.
then he
Well, hello, good sir. I notice you have an alchemy lab. May I use it?
Long as you clean up. You know how to use it, right? Mix a couple of ingredients together, see what happens. A little wheat and blisterwort makes a healing potion, if you didn't know. We have plenty of ingredients for sale, too.
Well, that's convenient. What do you got for sale?
Take a look.
After buying a few things, I realized I didn't have much coins left. Hey, I'm a bit short on coins right now. Got any leads for some work?
Here, take a look at this. Some of the Jarl's men came by and left this bounty letter.
Alright, let's see here. Yeah, this is doable. Later though. At least, I had enough coins to sleep for the night.
You're that visitor been poking around.
Hey, can I have a room for the night?
Sure thing. It's yours for a day.
But before going to bed, I decided to play a bit with the alchemy lab.
I'm the innkeeper. It's my business to keep track of strangers.
Now that I'm tired, I decided to go to bed. Nah, I should really take it easy on the schoolman next time. On the next day, I was set on the objective of getting some more coins.
This is an...
My first idea was to offer some help to the blacksmith. Hello, sir. Needed help around the forge?
Yes, actually. How about you smith me an iron dagger? Here's everything you need to make one. Go ahead.
And so, I started helping the blacksmith.
Not bad. Reminds me when I first started smithing.
Here's an iron dagger.
Not bad, but it's a little dull. How about you sharpen it up? Just need a bit of metal and the grindstone over there.
Here's a sharp iron dagger.
This looks good. You put time into your blades. They'll serve you well when you need them. You want to keep helping? How about you make some armor? Let's start by tanning some leather on the rack.
Here's some leather.
Ah, good. A lot of weapons and armor need leather for straps, fittings, that kind of thing. Let's see if you can make a hide helmet. Here's the rest of what you need.
Here's a hide helmet.
I should hire you to be my assistant at this rate. Let's improve the fit. Take this leather to the workbench over there.
Here's a fine hide helmet.
You have talent. Keep working at your craft, and you'll be a fine smith one day. Why don't you keep that dagger and helmet? Maybe you'll remember me when you're making Skyforge steel, huh?
Oh, well, what can you tell me about Riverwood?
Gerder's family first settled here as woodcutters a few generations ago. She and Hod run the mill. I make a decent living sharpening axes and fixing the sawmill.
And the answer to my coin problems was right under my nose, working in the mill. However, I felt I deserved a bit more than what he gave me. So,
You looking for a new blade?
after that, I decided to collect just a little bit of wood. Just a little bit.
Nice.
Here for work? Get an axe and bring me all the wood you can chop.
Funny you said that.
Honest gold for honest work.
Nice.
With enough money, I was ready to go to Whiterun. Except, I didn't know the way. So, I asked Gerder,
I'm glad to help any way I can.
hey, how do I get to Whiterun from here?
Cross the river and then head north. You'll see Whiterun on its hill as you pass the falls.
Cross the river, head north, past the falls. Anything you could tell me about the Jarl?
Jarl Balgruf? I don't mean to be disrespectful as he's ruled Whiterun hold well for years, but he seems in over his head now. He's been trying to stay out of the war, but it can't last. He's going to have to pick a side. I'm afraid he's going to make the wrong choice.
Why? Is he loyal to the Empire?
I wouldn't say that. But he and Ulfric have been at odds for years, and I'm afraid Balgruf will end up siding with the Empire because of it. But it's hard to believe that even Balgruf would choose Elisif over Ulfric.
Who's Elisif?
I suppose she's Jarl Elisif now. She married High King Turug just before Ulfric killed him. The Empire supports her claim to be High Queen.
Ulfric killed the High King?
Some say murdered, but it was a lawful challenge in the old way. Ulfric called him out as a traitor to Skyrim and killed him in single combat. If Turug couldn't defend his throne, he had no business being High King.
So, there's no High King now?
No, not until the moot meets to choose another, and it won't meet until one side or the other wins the war. Don't worry though. Ulfric is our rightful High King. He'll drive out the Empire, and Skyrim will have peace at last.
With that, I was ready to go to Whiterun. However, I wasn't so sure how they would react to seeing someone wearing Stormcloak armor. So, I decided to go to the blacksmith to get something else to wear. Hey, can I use your forge real quick?
Mm-hmm.
I decided to go with something a bit more simple. Yeah, this should be fine. After crossing the river and heading north, I was attacked by the local wildlife. Luckily, I decided to change outfits, because on the way to Whiterun, I found some Imperials escorting a Stormcloak prisoner. That was close. And there it was, in the distance, Whiterun. But as I was reaching the city, I noticed something in the distance. So I got my weapons ready and charged into the fight.
Must have scared him off.
My rather impressive fighting skills managed to get the attention of a lady.
You handle yourself well. You could make for a decent shield brother.
A shield brother? What's that?
An outsider, eh? Never heard of the Companions? An order of warriors. We are brothers and sisters in honor. And we show up to solve problems if the coin is good enough.
Good coin, you said. Can I join you?
Not for me to say. You'll have to talk to Kodlak Whitemane up in Jorvaskar. The old man's got a good sense for people. He can look in your eyes and tell your worth. If you go to him, good luck.
The offer was pretty interesting, but you would have to wait. First, I had to get into Whiterun. But once I got there, I was stopped by a guard.
Halt. City's closed with the dragons about. Official business only.
Whoa, hold up. Wait a minute. I come in peace. Hold up, I got a note for this. Riverwood is defenseless. Send guards.
Riverwood's in danger too. You better go on in. You'll find the Jarl in Dragon's Reach, at the top of the hill.
And now, I could finally enter Whiterun. Hey, excuse me. Where can I find the Jarl?
Cause trouble in Whiterun and I'll haul you into the Dragon's Reach dungeon myself.
Well, that wasn't helpful at all, mister. The streets of Whiterun were pretty empty. And also, I haven't slept in over a day. So, I decided to go to the local inn.
Come on in. Just stoke the fire.
This is a local
Take
favorite
seat
and
get the
one
cold
of the
out.
first songs.
Sadia, wake up, dear.
Yes, Mum.
I had barely sat down, and that woman already started gossiping.
Have you seen that shrine of Asura? They say the Dark Elves built it after they fled from Morrowind. Sight to see. I assume you saw the Gildergreen? Big tree, all burnt up, in the middle of the Wind District? It's part of the Temple of Kinnareth. People want Danica to do something about it, but I don't know what they expect.
Ma'am, can I just get a room, please?
Sure thing. It's yours for a day. I'll show you to your room, right this way.
If it's work you're looking for, Hulda's the one to talk to.
Hulda then finally led me to a bed.
Let me know if there's anything else you need.
On the next day, the streets of Whiterun were very populated, and there was a lot of things going on.
I spend a lot of time at the market stall so I can learn the merchant's trade. I need more experience if I'm going to run an inn someday.
Nothing. And what of my son, What of Thorold? Is he nothing? So don't talk to me about suffering.
Your son chose his side and he chose poorly, and now he's gone. Such is the way of war. The sooner you accept his loss, the better.
Trying to get away as fast as I could, I made my way to Dragon's Reach. As I tried to approach the Jarl, I was approached by his housecarl.
This is no time for rash
What's the meaning of this interruption? Jarl Balgruuf is not receiving visitors.
Don't worry, I have news from Helgen about the dragon attack.
Well, that explains why the guards let you in. Come on then. The Jarl will want to speak to you personally.
So, you were at Helgen. You saw this dragon with your own eyes?
Yeah, I had a great view while the Imperials were trying to cut off my head.
Really? You're certainly forthright about your criminal past.
Criminal past? Come on, that was just a bit of skooma.
But it's none of my concern who the Imperials want to execute, especially now. What I want to know is, what exactly happened at Helgen?
Well, the dragon destroyed Helgen, and I'm pretty sure I saw him flying in this direction.
By Ysmir, Irileth was right. What do you say now, Proventus? Shall we continue to trust in the strength of our walls against the dragon?
My lord, we should send troops to Riverwood at once. It's in the most immediate danger. If that dragon is lurking in the mountains...
The Jarl of Falkreath will view that as a provocation. He'll assume we're preparing to join Ulfric's side and attack him. We should not...
Enough! I'll not stand idly by while the dragon burns my hold and slaughters my people. Irileth, send a detachment to Riverwood at once.
Yes, my Jarl.
If you'll excuse me, I'll return to my duties.
That would be best. Well done. You sought me out on your own initiative. You've done Whiterun a service. I won't forget it. Here, take this as a small token of my esteem. There is another thing you could do for me. Suitable for someone of your particular talents, perhaps. Come. Let's go find Farengar, my court wizard. He's been looking into a matter related to these dragons.
I then followed the Jarl, and we both went to meet with the court wizard.
Farengar, I think I found someone who can help you with your dragon project. Go ahead and fill him in with all the details.
So the Jarl thinks you can be of use to me. Oh yes, he must be referring to my research into the dragons. Yes, I could use someone to fetch something for me. Well, when I say fetch, I really mean delve into a dangerous ruin in search of an ancient stone tablet that may or may not actually be there.
And what does this have to do with dragons?
Ah, no mere brute mercenary, but a thinker. Perhaps even a scholar? You see, when the stories of dragons began to circulate, many dismissed them as mere fantasy, rumors, impossibilities. But I began to search for information about dragons.
So, what do you need me to do?
I, learned of a certain stone tablet said to be housed in Bleak Falls Barrow. A dragon stone, said to contain a map of dragon burial sites. Go to Bleak Falls Barrow, find this tablet, no doubt interred in the main chamber, and bring it to me. Simplicity itself.
Anything you can tell me about Bleak Falls Barrow?
An old tomb, built by the ancient Nords, perhaps dating back to the Dragon War itself. Ah, maybe you just want to know how to get there. It's near Riverwood, a miserable little village a few miles south of here. I'm sure some of the locals can point you in the right direction once you get there.
And how do you know the stone tablet is there?
Well, must preserve some professional secrets, mustn't we? I have my sources. Reliable sources. You know,
this is a priority now. Anything we can use to fight this dragon, or dragons, we need it quickly, before it's too late.
Of course, Jarl Balgroof. You seem to have found me an able assistant. I'm sure he will prove most useful.
Succeed at this, and you'll be rewarded. Whiterun will be in your debt.
But before going to Bleak Falls Barrow, I decided to talk to the wizard a bit.
What are you still doing here? The Jarl said retrieving that stone tablet is a priority, remember?
How do you enchant weapons and armor?
Ah, student of the craft. You'll need to start by learning an enchantment. Take an enchanted weapon or piece of armor, then use the arcane enchanter to learn its secrets. The item is destroyed in the process, so be wary. Once you know an enchantment, you'll need a filled soul gem and something to enchant. You'll use the arcane enchanter for that too. Of course, I have everything you need for sale if you have the coin.
Oh, that's convenient. Show me what you got.
Spells and incantations for those with the talent to guess them.
Among the spells Farengar was selling, I found a spell to conjure a familiar. Are you the only wizard in Whiterun?
I believe I am, yes. Technically speaking, of course. The city is also home to a priest, priestess, an alchemist, and I'm sure others who practice. Ah, that reminds me. Speaking of alchemists, I have some frost salts for Arcadia. She asked me to obtain them for one of her potions. Would you be so kind as to deliver the frost salts for me? I'm sure Arcadia will provide some form of recompense.
Do it look like a courier to you?
Well, let's see. Travel-stained clothes, worn soles, blank and unintelligent expression. Yes, in fact, you do.
Fine, I'll do it.
Good. You're clearly better suited than I am to carry out such a menial task.
Menial task. I should have a boot of his ass.
I used to be an adventurer like you. Then I took an arrow in the knee.
I then started making my way to Bleak Falls Barrow.
I work with my mother, sell fruits and vegetables. It's fun most days, but hard work.
Don't care.
Since I was already in here, I decided to just deliver the frost salt.
Take a good look around. I'm sure you'll find what you're looking for. If not, let me know. I might have it stored away.
Nah, I just came here to give you these.
Ah, splendid, splendid. It's for a special brew I'm working on. A love elixir like none other. Maybe I'll test it on Farengar first. Oh, but I suppose you expect some compensation. Here. These potions should suffice. It's quite a problem.
As I was making my way out of Whiterun, I found the guards that would be going to Riverwood.
Yes, House Corp. We'll leave immediately.
It's just us against the dragon. Is that it?
I can't afford to send anyone else, and we don't know where the dragon is. Your main job will be to keep an eye out and get the people to safety if the town is attacked. I don't expect the three of you to fight off a dragon by yourselves, but I do expect you to do your duty.
Of course. We'll keep Riverwood safe. You can count on it.
Returning to Riverwood, I decided to ask Orgnar for information.
Come on in. Just stoke the fire. Take a seat and get the cold out.
So, heard any rumors?
There have been whispers. A boy up in Windhelm, name of Aventus Aretino, been trying to contact the Dark Brotherhood.
Got anything more loco?
Lucan at the Riverwood Trader had his store broken into the other night. Oddly enough, barely anything's been stolen.
Wonder why they haven't gone there yet. Upon entering the store, I found the siblings discussing about something.
Well, one of us has to do something.
I said no. No adventures, no theatrics, no thief chasing.
Well, what are you going to do then, huh? Let's hear it.
We are done talking about this. Oh, a customer. Sorry you had to hear that. Well, I don't know what you overheard, but the Riverwood Trader is still open. Feel free to shop.
Did something happen?
Yeah, we did have a bit of a break-in, but we still have plenty to sell. Robbers were only after one thing. An ornament. Solid gold in the shape of a dragon's claw.
Solid gold, eh? You know, I could help you get your claw back.
You could? I've got some coin coming in from my last shipment. It's yours if you bring my claw back. Now, if you're going to get those thieves, you should head to Bleak Falls Barrow, northwest of town.
Well, pretty convenient.
So this is your plan, Lucan?
Yes. So now you don't have to go, do you?
Oh, really? Well, I think your new helper here needs a guide.
No, by the 8, fine. But only to the edge of town.
And so, Camilla decided to guide me to outside the city.
We have to go through town and across the bridge to get to Bleak Falls Barrow. You can see it from here, though. The mountain just over the buildings.
Wait, hold up. Which one?
I wonder why they only stole Lucan's golden claw. I mean, we have plenty of things in the shop that are worth just as much coin. Lucan found the claw about a year after he opened the store. He never quite explained where he got it. He's a tricky one. This is the bridge out of town. The path up the mountain to the northwest leads to Bleak Falls Barrow. I guess I should get back to my brother. He'll throw a fit if I take too long. Such a child.
How much farther do I have to walk?
Well, it's a winding road up the mountain just ahead. You'll know you're in the right place once you spot the old watchtower. Once you get to the tower, head north. Bleak Falls Barrow should be just around the corner further up. Good luck. Lucan and I will be waiting for you back in the shop.
And so starts my journey to... wait. This side. On the way, I was attacked by more wolves. Or wolf. And a bit further ahead, I found a group of bandits.
That's close enough.
That's close enough.
You picked a bad time to get lost.
After dealing with them, I finally got to Bleak Falls Barrow. I had zero doubts this place would also be filled with bandits. So, I decided to bring in my new friend. Holy fuck, he couldn't even kill a single one? Damn. With the outside clear, all I had to do was get inside and retrieve the tablet. And that was the story of how I got my familiar.